Good morning. I am Madhurima Datta, Zoology and Biology Educational Content Creators. Now's content for B.Sc Zoology Honors, M.Sc Zoology, CUET PG, and CSIR Net Life Sciences student. Paper Non-Chordates or Invertebrates Zoology, and topic is the class SCHYPHOZOA, unit Nidaria. At first, I will discuss about the class SCHYPHOZOA. General characteristics of the class SCHYPHOZOA. Class SCHYPHOZOA, in Greek means skyphos means carp, includes most of the larger jellyfishes or carp animals. A few scyphozoans such as Cyanea and may attain a bill diameter exceeding 2 meter and tentacles 60 to 70 millimeter long, but most range from 2 to 40 centimeter in diameter. Most drift or swim in the open sea, some even at depth of 3000 meter. Movement is by rhythmical pulsation of the bill. Bills of different species vary in depth from a shallow saucer shape to a deep helmet or globelet shape, but a velum is never present. Tentacles around the bill or umbrella may be numerous or few, and they may be short as in Aurelia or long as in Cyanea. The margin of the umbrella is scalloped, usually with each indentation or notch bearing a pair of lappets, and between them is a sense organ called rhopalia. Next, the nervous system is scyphozoan is a nerve net with a sub-umbrella net that controls bill pulsation. The primary function of scyphozoan nematocysts is not to attack humans but to paralyze prey animals, which are conveyed to the mouth lobes with the help of other tentacles or by bending of the umbrella margin. The mouth is centered on the sub-umbrella side. The mammarium usually forms four freely oral arms that are used in capturing and ingesting prey. There are four gastric pouches in which gastrodermis extends down in little tentacles like projections called gastric filaments. Gastric filaments are lacking in Hydromedusa. A complex system of radial canal branches outward from the pouches to a ring canal in the margin and form a part of the gastrovascular cavity. Next, reproduction. Sexes are separate. The gonads located in the gastric pouches. Fertilization is internal, the sperm being carried by ciliary currents into the gastric pouch of females. The ciliated planula larva becomes attached and develop into Scyphistoma, a hydra-like form that may bud to produce a polyp cone. Next, by a process of strobilation, the Scyphostoma of Aurelia form a series of saucer-like buds, ephyrae and in now called strobila. When ephyrae break close, they grow into mature jellyfish. During development of Cassiopeia and Rhizostoma, edges of the oral lobes fold over and fuse, forming canals, that is arm or branchial canals, that become highly branched. These canals open to the surface at frequent intervals by pores called mouths. The original mouth is no bilateral. In the fusion of the oral lobes, planktonic organism caught in the mucus of the freely oral arms and transported by cilia to the mouth and then up to the branchial canals to the gastric cavity. Next, Cassiopeia's umbrellus margin contracts about 20 times a minute, creating water currents to bring plankton into contact with the mucus and nematocysts of its the oral lobes. Its tissue are abundantly supplied with symbiotic dinoflagellates, that is zooxanthellae. As they lie the sunning themselves in shallow water, Cassiopeia are thus reminiscent of large flowers in more ways than the one. It is the food ingestion mechanism of the SCHYPHOZOA. It is a very important question for B.Sc Zoology Honours in finals first semester. Next, class CUBOZOA. Class CUBOZOA once were considered as in the order Cubomedusa of SCHYPHOZOA. The medusoid is the predominant form. Sub-cubozoan medusa may range up to 25 centimeter tall, but most are about 2 to 3 centimeter. In transverse section, the bales are almost square. A tentacle or group of tentacles is found at each corner at the square at the umbrella margin. The base of each tentacle is differentiated into flattened tough blade called a pedalium. What is pedalium? It is the important questions for the 2 marks. Next, Ropalia are present, each housing 6 eye. In addition to the sense organs, there are 2 copies of each of 3 kinds of eyes, 2 forms of ocelli and sophisticated camera type eye with a cornea and cellular lens. The umbrella margin is not scalloped and the sub-umbrella edge turn inward to form a velarium. The velarium function as a velum does in hydrozoan medusa, increasing swimming efficiency, but it differs structurally. Cubomedusae are strong swimmers and voracious predators, feeding mostly on the fish and near the shore areas, such as mangrove swamps. Stings of some species can be fatal to humans. The complete life cycle is known for only one species, that is Tripodelia cystophora. And the polyp is tiny, that is 1 millimeter tall, solitary and sessile. New polyps bud laterally, detach and creep away. Polyps do not produce ephrae but metamorphose directly into medusa. For 2 marks pedalium, at first write the occurrence, that is the cubozoa. Next, the description. Here write in transverse section that the bill are almost square. A tentacle or group of tentacles is found each corner square at the umbrella margin, and the base of each tentacle is differentiated into flattened tough blade called the pedalium. And function, it is the protection in the function. Now topic has ended. Next class, Anthozoa. Anthozoas of flower animals are polyps with a flower-like appearance. There is no medusa stage. Anthozoa are all marine and occur in both deep and shallow water and in polar seas as well as tropical seas. They vary greatly in size and may be solitary or colonial. Many forms are supported by skeletons. The class has 3 subclasses: Hexacorolia or Zoantheria, containing sea anemones, hard corals and others. Next, Seriantipatheria, that containing only tube anemones and thorny corals, and Octocoralia, containing soft and horny corals such as the sea fan, sea pains, sea pennaces and others. Next, Zoantharians and Seriantipatherians have a hexamerous plan. Hexamerous plan means of 6 or multiple of 6, or polymerous symmetry, and have simple tubular tentacles arranged in 1 or more circlets on the oral disc. Next, Octocorallians are octomerous, that is built on a plan of 8, and always have 8 pinnate, that is the feather-like structure, pinnate tentacles arranged around the margin of the oral disc. In Hexacorolia, the septa are not only coupled, they are also paired. Now the topic has ended. Goodbye everyone.